This morning on DC News Now, uncertainty on Capitol Hill.
The bill is not passed.
A government shutdown imminent as lawmakers come up short on a deal. And how would a shutdown hinder holiday travel? Possible shocks for a likely record-breaking travel period. And clouds and wind to end the work week. Expecting cooler temps for the weekend with possible rain and snow in parts of the DMV.
3, 2, 1, swing.
Breaking ground on a new home for DC sports teams. Neighbors sharing excitement for Capital One's upgrade. Plus, advice for stress-free holiday shopping.
Remember that it's the thought behind it that counts.
Advice for navigating busy last-minute crowds.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, well, good morning, and thanks for starting your Friday with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. We'll get the latest on those roads from Shanika in just a moment. Let's start things off with meteorologist Brittany Ward with the forecast on this Friday morning, and not a bad start. I think some rain moving in a little bit later.
Yeah, not a bad start at all. We are dry in the nation's capital, but a few of our friends are already starting to see some of that snow begin to fall. You got to go back off to the west, out towards Cumberland, as well as Kaiser. Satellite and radar showing you clouds are filtering their way into the DMV, but again, we are dry here in the district, and it's all thanks to this storm system that is back off to the west. This will continue to push its way closer to the district, sparking up that snow in the higher elevations, rain here in the nation's capital, but we can't rule out a few wet snowflakes making its way across portions of the area. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of this forecast and what to expect coming up. But for now, Shanika, how's the roads?
Up at the 6 o'clock hour, Brittany, not seeing anything out there. You are looking really nice out there, top side of the Beltway. Inner and outer lip through Silver Spring. So all of Montgomery County right now, 270, 95, the ICC, all looking good and clear. So we had this one issue right in Northeast, right past Eastern Avenue on 24th Street, but that is now gone. So you're not seeing much and no delays out there in the district. Southeast Southwest Freeway, DC 295, that is looking pretty decent. And 66 East and West, 95 north and southbound. If you're heading to Northern Virginia, not a bad ride this morning. So again, everything is looking A-OK, and just be safe out there. Corey, Tanaya.
In this vote, the yeas are 174, the nays are 235, one voting present, two-thirds not being in the affirmative. The rules are not suspended and the bill is not passed.
All right, happening now, we are inching closer to a government shutdown. This comes as the House rejects President-elect Donald Trump's new funding plan. Now, Trump and billionaire advisor Elon Musk opposing the original funding plan on social media. That happened earlier this week. Lawmakers now expressing their frustration.
Very disappointing to us that all but two Democrats voted against aid to farmers and ranchers, against disaster relief, against all these bipartisan measures that had already been negotiated and decided upon.
We are in favor of every request that you asked for. These were modest agreements that were reached and rendered by both parties in an honest and public agreement. The Speaker of the House broke his word.
And right now, lawmakers have until midnight tonight to pass a bill to stop a holiday shutdown. And with that bill failing, the future of the site for RFK Stadium, it is uncertain right now. And that's because a provision giving DC control of the site is no longer in the new bill.
That is right. It is not clear if this will be part of any new funding agreement. Our Max Marcilla has more on this story.
It's a game of congressional back and forth as dramatic as last week's Commanders game. And both battles have a major impact on the football franchise's future.
We feel like we have the best site. It is the longtime home for the team, a successful team.
Just one day after celebrating a plan that would have given D.C. administrative control of the RFK Stadium site, a reversal, a major blow for the district and Commanders fans hoping for their team's return to the city. A new bill that would not give D.C. control over the land. Earlier Thursday, Mayor Muriel Bowser explaining without this legislation passing in this spending bill, it probably will need to start from scratch.
I don't know if there's another path this session, and we don't want to start all over. We've done all we're supposed to do, and this is the vehicle that has been identified and agreed to by Democrats and Republicans.
But the first plan was never brought up for a vote. The second one failed. So what's next? Well, we need to see what's in the next proposal. No guarantee it includes the transfer of the RFK land. If it does, and if it passes, of course, D.C. can start a plan to develop the area. But if it doesn't, these fans may have to root for a Hail Mary.
And with the government shutdown looming, a potential record-breaking holiday travel weekend could be even more hectic.
Yeah, DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sasay is live this morning at Reagan National Airport. And Jean-Marie, a potential government shutdown during the holiday season, certainly not good for travelers. So many of them just trying to get to where they're going for the holidays.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, definitely not the best time for this. But as you can see behind me, it's super busy, extremely during the season around this time frame. Now, we do know it will have more of a long-term impact rather than an immediate one since we're so close to the holidays. Now, AAA is expecting nearly 54 million people to travel by air from yesterday up until January 6th. And today, Sunday, December 26th, 27th, and the 29th are expected to be the busiest travel days. Now, even TSA is preparing to screen about 40 million passengers until the day after New Year's. And with talk of a government shutdown, how could this actually impact airport operations? Well, most airport employees are considered essential workers and would still be required to work without pay if there is a shutdown. Now, this could lead to more people calling off work, and that means even longer lines for travelers.
We'll get here early. She gets me up about 3 hours before the flight leaves for domestic. It's going to stress me out a lot.
Now, you just heard from travelers this morning. They say they are planning to get to airport as early as possible, especially with Sunday being one of the busiest days if they do not confirm or pass this bill by midnight. As you can see, there's some long lines already happening right now. And with this government shutdown, that means even longer lines. For now, reporting in Reagan National, I'm Jean-Marie Sasay, DC News Now.
All right, certainly better to take those precautions to get there early and hopefully be safe. Jean-Marie, thank you. A commuter alert this morning. Today, Metro starting work on a major construction project on the blue, orange, and silver lines from now until December 26. The Farragut West, McPherson Square, and lower level of Metro Center stations are closed. Then from the 27th through the 30th, Federal Triangle, Smithsonian, and the lower level of LaFont stations will also be closed. All stations are expected to reopen New Year's Eve.
And happening now, thousands of Amazon workers are on the picket lines. The Teamsters Union calling it the largest strike against the company in U.S. history. About 10,000 people walked off the job at 7 delivery stations across the country when the two sides failed to get a contract in place.
We are the union! We are the union! The mighty, mighty union! Mighty, mighty union! I said the
Now these workers are on the picket lines outside of an Amazon facility in Atlanta. This was yesterday. Amazon says it does not expect the strike to impact operations during the busy holiday period. Now, a spokesperson also saying to the Associated Press that almost all of the people on strike are outsiders. Amazon said it does not consider the drivers to be employees. All right, well, we've got new details on the killing of the United Healthcare CEO. Yesterday, murder suspect Luigi Mangione was extradited to New York City. Now, Mangione facing new federal charges of stalking and murder, which could bring the death penalty if convicted. He agreed to return to New York after a court appearance in Pennsylvania, where he was arrested. Now you can see here he was escorted by dozens of officers from various NYC agencies, as well as the mayor and police commissioner. In an indictment filed earlier this week, Mangione was also charged with murder as an act of terrorism. The killing dividing social media users, many of whom face criticism for their support of his actions. Well, a student at George Mason University now in custody for allegedly planning an attack on Israel's general consulate in New York.
Yeah, that student, a freshman, identified in court documents as Abdullah Hassan. FBI agents arresting him Tuesday after they say an anonymous tip on X about Hassan alerted them. Officials say the GMU student living in Falls Church was planning to carry out the attack using a bomb or suicide vest. He reportedly operated several pro-ISIS and al-Qaeda accounts promoting violence against Jews. Court documents say Hassan is Egyptian and currently going through deportation proceedings with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. He is facing several charges, including a weapon of mass destruction. GMU officials say Hassan is banned from campus. And Maryland congressional leaders announcing $7 million to make places of worship more safe. They say federal funding will strengthen security at 50 churches, synagogues, mosques, and other religious centers across Maryland. The money was given to the Department of Homeland Security property. We have a list of all those places receiving funding on our website. That's dcnewsnow.com.
Your time right now is 6:09. Alexandria City High School students looking ahead to their second consecutive day of virtual learning after a series of fights shut down in-person classes. Now the fights happen on Wednesday in the hallways and in the cafeteria. Some students and staff were injured. Now the school was placed on lockdown during that. A person who did not want to be identified says they're concerned about safety.
All those students away. B-lunch, they're supposed to have those students with the B-lunch. If it's a C, they're supposed to go last.
Alexandria City Schools will implement additional measures when students return from winter break in January. Meantime, 2 ACHS students are facing assault charges.
This morning, there are safety concerns for bicyclists on a busy road in Northwest D.C. Some believe new flexible lane dividers in the middle of New Jersey Avenue and Truxtun Circle are making things worse for them. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg spoke with a cyclist concerned about the change.
As a cyclist that lives on the street and uses the lane, I've been pushed out of the lane repeatedly, a lot of times where I have to physically bang on the car windows to keep it from happening.
1 year ago today, a bicyclist was riding north on New Jersey Avenue when a car speeding southbound crossed into the northbound lanes and began turning left onto Morgan Street. The bicyclist was hit, and the following week, he died from his injuries. In response, DDOT just installed these yellow bollards to prevent that from happening again. But neighbor Justin Shimashko says it's not helping.
The cars avoid those yellow. See that truck right there? He's across the line. Now we've got cars in both lanes moving over. And when the left-hand lane moves over, the right-hand lane has to move over.
During our interview, we saw numerous cars inch into the bike lane.
Yeah, so see there's already a car in the lane behind her.
Parts of New Jersey Avenue have bollards for the bike lane, but not this section, just south of Morgan Street.
I took videos before they put the pylons in, and they were getting like maybe 10% of the cars. Now we're over 50% of the cars are at the bike lane.
A DDOT engineer emailed him today.
They said they're going to somehow put magical pylons in this spot that don't block those parking spots, but they haven't explained to anyone how they're going to do it. And they also said that they already have them ready to install, but there was apparently a weather issue and they couldn't do the installation.
Shimashko wants to see change so he and others don't get hit.
And that was Daniel Hamburg reporting. Now, we reached out to DDOT for comment. The agency says it is working to get us a response. Time right now, 6:11 on this Friday morning. Are you stressed about holiday shopping? If so, you're not alone.
You're definitely not. Coming up, advice on how to get ahead of the large shopping crowds expected this weekend. And a grand opening for a new therapy clinic in the DMV. How it empowers children and families affected by autism.
And taking a live look outside this morning with meteorologist Brittany Ward. This is a beautiful sign of the holiday, Brittany. I always like to see it.
Yeah, you know, as we head into the holiday weekend, Corey, we are tracking those cold conditions. And for today, have the umbrella on hand. So we'll talk more about that forecast coming up.